What's good? My name is Stephen Thomas.
My name is Nia, also a Thomas. We are married. And we want to take a moment to hop on here and talk about Encultured Co. and the event Decolonizing Hispaniola that we went to. Besides the fact that I'm Dominican American and Stephen is
I'm Haitian American.
There you go.
We're Hispaniola.
We are Hispaniola, and so I know I found this to be something I was really interested in when I was in college and I was a Black Studies major, and I actually wrote my final seminar thesis on Hispaniola and the fact that we are the same island, but the two cultures are so different and there's such a divide. And you know, we heard a lot, we hear a lot of stories in the news about what's happening there, what's happening on that border, and a lot of that like anti-Blackness and anti-Haitianism that seems to happen.
I think for me, myself, as a Haitian American man born here, hearing all these different types of stories, and then dating, and then eventually marrying a Dominican woman, it was interesting always to see how our households and the different kind of interactions our families had, as well as amongst each other. There's plenty of times where I felt very Haitian amongst your family, and I'm sure you felt very Dominican amongst my family. Yeah.
Alright, so this is why we're interested in going to the event. The event was dope. I really enjoyed how they broke down history and they had legal experts there, historians there, someone talking from like a mental, social wellness perspective, and so they had a lot of different experts there. And I really feel like we walked away having learned something.
So my understanding of the relationship between Haiti and Dominican Republic prior to this workshop is that there's tons and tons of tension, tons of colorism, tons of discrimination, based off all the news, based off family that I have in Haiti, family that I have in DR through Nia, and then friends and family that are here. So you hear different things, we're told different things. There's been plenty of times I've gotten in debates with Nia because her cousin's telling her one thing, and then I have family that's telling us one thing. I mean, there was a point where I refused to go to DR just because of all the news and all the mistreatment of Haitians. It really impacted me for, I'd say, a good part of our marriage.
It was just last year that you finally decided to go for the first time.
Yeah.
And so what I think was really dope about the event, and even just in general the purpose of this organization, is that they are creating spaces for these conversations to happen and to like disseminate and spread knowledge, right? Because you talk about what you're hearing and what I'm hearing, and it's all hearsay, right? Is that what they call it? Hearsay?
Yeah, hearsay.
But there's a space where we can actually talk about, this is a lawyer that works on the border in DR of Haiti, and she knows the facts and she knows the cases and she can give you this information. And so it's a lot about learning more and understanding more and having open conversations about what's happening.
I had some prior frustrations about the relationship between Haitians and Dominicans. My frustrations stemmed from more so that we're the same. It was always interesting to me. I remember I was a Black Studies minor, and I remember being in a class challenging a Dominican guy, and he was so pissed that I'd called him black. And I think it's interesting to see all these kind of stigmas that come with it, because when I went to DR, it was hilarious. There were people that thought I was more Dominican than Nia, and were speaking Spanish to me, looking at me for a response, and I'm just like, oh wow, yeah, I do look just like you. We are the same color. So there's a lot of frustration with that for me. How about yourself?
For me, for sure. I would like to think that most of my family is very forward thinking, but we've definitely had experiences where people say just say ignorant things and make colorist comments, and that has been a reality. And I can't deny that's a reality. Even the last time I went to DR with my father, I mean, I saw Fuera Haitianos Ya graffitied onto a wall, right? And so this is real. We can't ignore it. We can't make pretend it's not existing, and we need to be talking about it. And Encultured Co is doing that, and that's really dope.